What is going on, YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a match from our first BT10 local. Today we're going to have myself on the left playing the yellow hybrid maid mode, and then on the right we are going to be having the Dark Knightmon X Antibody. Now I do just want to apologize that the setup at the venue was a little bit different than we normally have, and so the camera angle is not as great as I wish I could have gotten it, but still going to be able to cover the match for you all here. But I do want to apologize that camera angle does not fully cover the map. I will definitely be making sure I can get that fixed going into next week when we get more matches. But starting off, I do hit that Guilmon in the back. Going to be very good for getting that aggression out later. And then going to go with the Zoe into the Zephyr just so that way I can go ahead and get some cycle going. But my opponent is going to play out the BT10 Dark Knightmon, which is going to de-digivolve me back down to my Zoe. So it does give me the Tamer. It's not the worst. I don't have the other hybrid at the moment, so it wasn't the best. But did go ahead and draw off that Guilmon. Was able to hit the Kazimon, which is now going to allow me to go up into the Jet Sylphimon, get that recovery, and then put my opponent at just 1 so that way they don't get as much value going forward. And I am going to recover up that TK, so they are going to swing into there, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab maid mode out of security because we are going to want that later to be able to play out our Sunrises and our Holy Flames. And right here I'm just explaining exactly what's going to be happening when maid mode does come out. And there is a little bit of glare on the trash. I didn't fully notice that when looking through the VOD, and so I do apologize about that as well. Definitely, like I said, I will be making sure to find a better position to film these matches going into the future weeks at this shop, so that way we can have a better camera and no glare. So again, apologize, but now maid mode is coming out. I did get put to 3 with that TK, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the Sunrise Buster. That's going to play out the Taikari. I'm going to go ahead and pop out the Monotamon because I can just go ahead and commit the swing over the Dark Knightmon and kill the unsuspended Digimon. Now one will get added to hand, and then the other one will get played out on play. Looks like a whiff, so they are going to go to trash, and then I am going to go ahead and play out another TK, putting my opponent to 4. And I actually grab another TK out of security because looking at my security, there are a couple red cards in there, and so I don't want the TK to hurt me if it does come out and they swing. Let's say maybe it's my second to last security, I hit TK, reveal my last security, it's a red card, I will have to take it and take the damage. And then now going to swing into the TK Kari, and then now into a second Sunrise. So Sunrise is going to be able to play out a Tamer, which we know I have the TK, but it is a Yume, so I'm going to decide to not play the TK for the reasons I mentioned prior of not wanting to potentially hurt myself out of security, and just going to go ahead and pop out. Now going into the new Skull Knightmon, going to be able to search out, grab that Dark Knightmon, and then be able to set that up for potentially next turn if they are able to get up into a Dark Knightmon here. But I'm going to gain 2 from the TK Kari and then 1 from the Tai Kari, so going up to 6. Now I'm going to go for that Kazemon, and I can use this to build up into a Rise. This is going to be very helpful because I can go up into Rise Greymon X Antibody, and since I have 3 or more yellow Tamers, I will be able to have the ability to have Security Attack +1, so going to be able to go out here. Again, I'm not going to be playing the TK that's in my hand because it is a Yume effect. Going to go ahead and pop over the unsuspended Digimon because the other one that we can swing over. And then here I am going to go ahead and swing 2 checks. Swinging into the Dark Knightmon, I am going to survive thanks to suspending those 2 Taikaris. And then I am going to swing in. I was considering just swinging into the Dark Knightmon here, but off the draw of the Rise Greymon Digivolve, I was able to grab that second maid mode, and so I can Digivolve that for 2, which is why I'm Digivolving over the maid mode instead of the Rise Greymon X, because it's going to put my opponent at 2 instead of 3, and then we are going to be able to play out another Sunrise, be able to put that on the top. And then now, let's see here, they're going to go ahead and go for Digicross for the 2 to be able to play out. Not going to be able to pop anything, but they are going to be able to search out that BT10 Dark Knightmon, and it is looking a little bit rough for them right here. They do have blocker with that Nene, but I am going to be able to swing in for just a lot of checks right here, and if they do block and I clear the board and all they have is the Chikuri, I am sitting pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and swing in. I'm just tapping 1 Tai and Kari here because I want to keep them unsuspended just in case I need to go over them with the hybrids and make sure I have enough hybrids. But I am going to swing in right there. My opponent can block because of the Nene, but they are going to play out Digimon suspended, and my opponent's going to scoop it up because double hybrid is going to be able to just seal it up right there, and I have more than enough of memory and Tamers to be able to go for it. So even if they were able to survive that turn. Going back into their next turn, I don't think they were going to be able to do anything to progress, especially because the Sunrise Busters that were put on top. And then going back into my turn, I would just once again have to go for a couple of hybrids for game, so was able to secure that there, but my opponent is choosing to go first. Gonna go with that Toy Agumon with the reboot, which is very nice to be able to go with the Skull Knightmon Cavalier mode, which gives you that blocker jamming when digivolving, so you can swing in with jamming and then reboot with the Toy Agumon. But I'm gonna go ahead and develop a couple Tamers in back. I do put my opponent at 4, which is more than I want to put them at, but they are just gonna go ahead and search out. We'll look at top 5, grab 2 Knightmon, so grab that Knightmon and that Dark Knightmon, and then gonna just digivolve up into the BT7 Knightmon. They don't have blocker yet because of that Nene, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swing in right here, get my 2 draws. I do hit Izzy, which is unfortunate because my opponent's gonna gain that memory right there while also being able to set up a memory tamer, but because I do have the Sunrise and they're gonna go to 3 anyway, I am just gonna go ahead and play it out here, play out that Zoe, which is gonna allow me to search out that Kazemon in my security. And then I did decide to take out the Digimon that wasn't the Knightmon. I should have taken out the Knightmon because they don't have the full sources, but I kind of wanted them to commit a little bit because I do have another Sunrise in hand. So if they commit up into a bigger board, I am in the ability to clear it out. So if they have to expend their resources, it's not the worst thing to me right now. So they are going to go ahead and digivolve up, going into that Dark Knightmon X, and going to pop my TK so I don't get that memory gain and just sitting at 1. Now, again, my Guilmon lives, so I can go ahead and swing in and get those 2 draws. And luckily off that draw, I drew another Guilmon, which allows me to set up and raising again, be able to get some more swings, and also putting my opponent down to 3 securities. So I will be able to gain memory off of the Tai and Kari going into my future turns. And Solarmon coming out. Now, Solarmon isn't the craziest card in this matchup. It can slow down some of the Digicross, but still not something that's super insane. Gonna swing 2 checks thanks to the Inheritable of Sec +1, hitting 2 Tamers, and so very Tamer heavy right here, and then going into another Sunrise Buster. Not going to be able to play out a Tamer, but I am going to go ahead and pop their Skull Knightmon Cavalier mode because I don't want them to be able to build up into another Ultimate or anything like that to be able to get up into another Mega. Not as worried about the Dark Knightmon X at the moment, but going to go for the Immortal Ruler, and my opponent here does make quite the mistake because they were playing out the Immortal Ruler to be able to clear the Solarmon, but because of Solarmon's ability to not reduce play costs, they can't actually get the Digicross. So it's going to put me all the way up to 6. I am then going to be able to gain extra memory there. And because of the 2 Tai Karis and the TK Karis and the Tai Kari, so going to be able to build up. Now going to go build up into the Rise, just to go up into the Maid mode. This is going to allow me to swing 2 checks because of the Rise Greymon Inheritable. Still going to go with that Holy Flame just to be able to get that security, but going to try to go for game here, swinging 2 checks, and then going to go for that Hybrid, which is going to swing in, and because of no Nene means no blockers, so they still were not able to be able to get any blocks or really just slow down the aggression. But with that being said, that's going to be today's match. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, so I'll be bringing you even more BT10 Locals content, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I will catch you next time. Peace out.